Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing my 35-week pregnancy update. So I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded, and for the lighting it's a bit dodgy, but I haven't been uploading just because there's been a lot of stuff going on. I've been quite busy and there's just been stuff going on, trying to get stuff organised for the baby, Erica's room, that kind of stuff. It's just been a bit manic basically. So today I thought I've got some time to sit down and actually film a couple of videos. So I'm filming my pregnancy update today. Excuse me, I'm so out of breath just now. I don't actually know why, when I started talking there. Excuse the face, I'm actually fake tanning at the moment. I just put it on and I used the Bondi Sands light to medium, the mousse and the Saint Tropez purifying water, or purifying face mist or something like that on my face, as well as extra tan that was left over from the mitt, just to kind of make it even. I do have so many blemishes at the moment. It's hopefully that'll kind of disguise the fact, and the thing is they're not even spots, they're just bumps of, like, it's just horrible. Anyway, if you want to see what's been happening in this for like 35 weeks pregnant, then please keep watching. So in my last pregnancy update, which was 30 weeks I think it was, I got a comment on in the comment section just asking if I could talk about any embarrassing pregnancy symptoms or anything like that I've had, which actually came at a really good time because the past 5 weeks since that update I've had quite a few embarrassing moments, things that people probably don't want to talk about, but apparently I'm going to be talking about them now. They are common symptoms that happen in pregnancy. Probably lots of women get them. They just don't want to talk about it, which I totally understand because I wouldn't want to talk about them either. But since the girl asked, I thought, well, it's life, isn't it? So yeah. So the one that I'm probably suffering the most from at the moment is the pelvic pain. It's pretty bad. I had literally just this morning ordered a support band for my bump, mainly because it's kind of taking over a little bit, like walking and climbing stairs and stuff like that. So if the bump band supports me for the next 5 weeks, or for however long that I'm pregnant for the rest of this pregnancy, then, and it works, then great, because I really need the extra support now. She's definitely a lot lower this time. I think that's just second pregnancies in general, you seem to carry lower, but yeah, the pelvic pain's pretty brutal. It's just pelvic pain. I'm not struggling. I am struggling to move, but once I'm up and get going I'm fine. I just need to plod along with it because, well, I've got a toddler and housework and stuff like that to do, so I have to be mobile and have to do it. That's just life. Harry has been a great help, but his back's been, he's had really bad problems with his back recently, so he's struggling as well. So we're quite the pair, just in so much pain, basically, the two of us. So we're both trying to work through it and try to manage between the two, but I'm doing a lot of the lifting stuff just because his back's really sore, but it's coming at a price kind of thing. And any other heavy lifting I'm having to get my mum, my dad or Harry's parents or something to lift because I'm really struggling. But anyway, pelvic pain, hopefully I'm going to try and report back every week now, or every second week now at the end of the pregnancy, and hopefully the band helps. Like the next couple of ones are probably stuff that you don't talk about. Constipation. We've all had it at some point in our lives. It's quite prominent in pregnancy only because, well, baby's getting everything, so you're basically doubling up on what you're having. Water, you need to drink loads of water and just try and keep a fibre diet. you think you're doing enough, but then all of a sudden you get constipated, and what can you do? There's nothing you can do. Well, there is. You just got to try and keep hydrated and stuff like that. So that's one of them. And unfortunately last week I suffered from piles. I had it after I gave birth to Erica. I probably got them a couple months postpartum with Erica, and I'm only putting it down to trauma and stuff like that. So that was the only other time that I've had piles, but this time obviously just because I've been constipated, it's just a thing that happens. Hopefully it's managed. I have been trying to go to the toilet as regularly as I can. Obviously it can be quite painful, but you've got to try and keep going, because otherwise if you stop it makes it worse, and you don't want to clog up or make the situation worse for yourself in the get-go. So at the moment, since it happened, I seem to be okay. Like I said, try to go to the toilet as regularly as I can, drinking plenty of water, and try not to be too constipated basically. Itchy skin. This is something that I've had for months now actually. I just haven't spoken about it. Just mainly because it's not really something that I would class as a symptom per se, because I have dry patches and they just get itchy. I'm quite a dry skin person in general. It would help if I moisturise more obviously, but I tend to forget sometimes when I'm out the shower, or I'm just rushing and I just don't get it done. And being bigger, more to cover, it's just a hassle for me at the moment. I do try and do whenever I can, and when I do moisturise it does seem to help, but I do have like dry patches behind my arms, like down here. On my face it's just, they're not itchy, they're just dry. Yeah, like my belly's been quite thick, but I've been trying to use as much moisturiser in my bump as possible. I have loads of stretch marks from my previous pregnancy obviously, but just trying to prevent from getting more basically. So just trying to stay moisturised in general. Being out of the breath all the time. Quite a few people have commented on this in my day-to-day life, like my mum and stuff like that. I was on the phone to her yesterday and she's like, why are you so out of breath? I was like, I just climbed the stairs. And even talking to you is actually making me so out of breath, and I'm trying so hard not to make it too obvious. Like trying to keep my back straight and just trying to keep good posture just so I can thing. But thing is, she has dropped I feel like she's dropped quite a bit, so I don't understand why I'm out of breath, but I think that's just a pregnancy thing in general. So yeah, there's nothing I can really do that until the baby's out and I can get a bit fitter basically, I would assume. The occasional heartburn, I say occasionally. I do prep for it every night. I do have Rennies, plenty. I only drink water at night time, but because I'm craving, or I say craving, but because I'm really enjoying just drinking tonic water with ice and lemon, I have a funny feeling the fizziness is making me have heartburn. And I don't want to say that to myself, because otherwise I'll just be like, oh, I can't have tonic water. But I try when I go to bed make sure I have a bottle of water beside my bed, and the Rennies isn't ready, because it can be really quite uncomfortable at night time. But it's not too bad. Like my friend Holly, she suffers from it really, really bad, and it makes her sick sometimes. And I'm so glad that I don't have that, because it seems like such an unpleasant experience. But yes, some people just suffer from it more than others. It's just how it goes, isn't it? Well, when I was at my midwife last Thursday, they measure you your bump, and I'm still measuring 2 weeks ahead, and I measured 2 weeks ahead the previous appointment, which was 4 weeks. So I'm still keeping it in track, and I'm still going up at a steady pace. She did try and refer me for a scan. I haven't heard back from the hospital to see if they want to see me or not. I would assume I would have heard by now, because of what it's for. Like obviously it's a growth scan, and I only have 5 weeks left, so they need to either get a move on or it's not really an issue for them, because they see on the centile line that I'm moving up at a gradual pace, and that's just how I've just got a big baby basically, which is fine, but I don't want baby to be too big, obviously. What else? My meat aversions have calmed down, thankfully. It still can be a bit touch and go. It's mainly just textures now, and how certain meats are cooked and what they're cooked in, which is fine. So I'm back eating like mince, and we've been having burgers recently, but they have to be proper burgers. Chicken, but again, it has to be depending on how the chicken's cooked. It has to be moist, and it has to be like breaded or cooked in a sauce or in something, because I think that like dry chicken just no, it's not pleasant for me. But it is getting better, which I'm so glad about, because it was quite miserable at a time where I'm like, I can't eat meat and just eat vegetables, because that's just not me. Like, I could be vegetarian, but I just choose not to, because I think that's, for me, I feel like it's important for me as a person to still have meat and those kind of products in my body, just to keep me as a healthy lifestyle, and just to keep me going, because that's just how I've been brought up basically. No hate on vegetarians or vegans or pescatarian or whatever you want to be. That's just a personal choice, and your choice is personal as well, so no judgment. I just prefer to have a equal amount of everything in my diet basically. Last but not least, I would probably say I'm getting quite anxious about birth now, mainly because it's very close to it's getting closer. 5 weeks, it doesn't seem that close, but in my head I'm like, it's only 5 weeks. I went through almost a whole pregnancy again, and I'm about to give birth again. So I'm just, because my birth experience wasn't as good as I wanted it last time, I'm kind of hoping for something different. And it will be different. All pregnancies and everything and birthing experiences are different. Nothing's the same. So I am hoping for a more positive experience. I think that's what I'm aiming for mostly, because last time was just horrendous. And if you haven't, if you want to, you can see and hear about it all in my, I think it was my 6-month postpartum update and my labour and delivery story. Yeah, I'll leave that link down below for you, because yeah, I think it's important for people to understand that everybody's births are not brilliant, and it's actually quite, I would say it's quite common for most people to have quite a traumatic birth their first time, and no wonder people only end up having one child, because it can be brutal what happens to you in those hospitals and stuff like that. So I'm not prepping anything. I just have certain things that I would like to happen and have in my labour. Water birth, again, I had wanted one last time, so I would want to try and experience it again, because I'm pretty sure this is my last baby, so I would like to experience it. I would like to labour myself and start a home and then go to the hospital and have my baby, and I would rather not be induced. But if that doesn't happen, I know the experience of being induced and stuff like that, so hopefully it'll be a better experience for me. So let's, fingers crossed for me. So I am hoping, so being 35 weeks, I don't know, I think I'm going to do one in 2 weeks at 37 weeks, and then from 1 week up until I give birth, I think. There probably won't be much, if I don't think there's any changes or anything spectacular to even comment on or say, that I might not make a video that week. I'll just see how it goes. But the end is near, guys, and yeah, I've been enjoying documenting it, to be honest. Not as regular as I hoped, but I think the points that I have done it in. They're quite milestone parts of your pregnancy, so I'm hoping that, yeah, it's in, I can document it well and I can hear a little Erica coming. So I'm going to say goodbye, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.